Welcome to the public hearing on the proposed changes on the wind law from 2008. We're first going to start by going over the amendments, or the amendments were sent to Steuben County on May 9th to follow the county procedure of the General Municipal Law 239. Copies of the county's comments are on the table in the back. Please sign in and highlight your name if you wish to make a comment. We want to hear as many comments tonight as possible. So in order to do this, we need to limit it to 3 minutes. Please keep it orderly, act professional. Disruptive behavior will not be accepted and will be asked to leave. To start, I will summarize the county's review, and we will start the comment period. So the county approved our changes with one modification or condition. To save time, because I know we have a lot of comments here, I'm going to read the bottom paragraph. This document's in the back, and if you have questions on it, please come up after the meeting. When considering these factors, 45 dB would appear to be an appropriate standard to both promote the health, safety, and welfare of the residents, while also not placing undue hardship upon the applicant to meet a standard that seems unenforceable by the local law governing board and deviates from the standards already set forth in the local wind laws of the other 3 municipalities located in the project area. Therefore, the amendment to the local law number 1 of 2008 should state that the sound pressure level shall not exceed 45 dB at the exterior walls of any off-site residence, regardless of the time of day. So now we will open to public comment. Up first is Tom Flansburgh.
Yeah, I had a couple questions for our board members. I'm going to ask right here. I'd like to ask Mike Whiteman, can you guarantee that nobody's going to have any health or safety issues with the turbines? As an elected official, can you guarantee that?
No, I can't.
Can you guarantee that nobody's going to have any health or safety issues with their wells?
No, I can't.
Can you answer them too, Dean? Can you guarantee on either of those questions?
No.
Can you guarantee nobody's going to have any issues with the cell tower, with the turbines being so close?
At this point in time, no.
Well, I would like to remind you guys that your number 1 fiduciary responsibility is to protect the people of this town, and you guys are failing at it today. You really need to look into an attorney, a municipal environmental attorney, very soon before we get sued. I'm asking you guys to authorize Emily Murray tonight, somewhere $3,000, $5,000, have somebody come and talk to you, because you are opening us up for a lot of liability with this town. There's 3 important liability questions, and you guys can't even guarantee the health and safety on those 3 issues. So I've done a little research. There's a guy, an attorney by the name of Gary Abraham, who does municipal law and environmental law. I'm asking that the town authorize Emily Murray money tonight to have him come here and do maybe an hour presentation with you board members. Thank you.
Next up is Frank Owens.
Hi.
Please come up here.
Well, after reading this over, my suggestion is here, I wish to follow what the county recommended. It looks like to me, they thought about it, and they went through it, and from what I understand, that would make the whole thing good. As far as doing any study over this, it's been studied to death. We don't need no more. Let's just get this over with and get on with life. Thank you.
Next up is Tom Johnson.
I'm right here. I'm town supervisor for the town of Cohocton. I really don't have a lot to say. What I did though is we have a wind program over there right now. It's been in place since, well, actually started in 2007. But just to give you guys some information, on the second page of this is the original payment schedules for both our host community agreement and our pilot program. The front page is what we've actually received to date from our wind farms over there. And just to give you guys a little bit more information to help you make a decision, because as much information you can have before you have to make one of these is good. that's all I came over for. I just give you a little bit more information to make your decision.
Thank you. Mike Rosello?
As a landowner of one of the proposed turbine sites and taxpayer of the town of Fremont for almost 33 decades, lifelong resident of New York State, we are here today to express our approval of the Barron Winds project and our disapproval of the proposed amendments to the wind energy laws. We believe these amendments would equate to not only a missed economic opportunity for Fremont and its surrounding towns, also a missed opportunity for us to improve the quality of our environment as a whole. Wind energy is clean, renewable, and as anyone else that lives atop these wonderful hills knows, quite an abundant fuel source. Unlike the harmful fossil fuel alternatives, wind energy is non-polluting. It doesn't emit harmful toxins like nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, and choke our atmosphere with CO2. Instead, it gracefully harnesses our ever-constant winds and transforms them into much-needed electricity. Improving quality of life. That's what this is all about. I believe there will be a significant improvement to the quality of life here as a result of the Barron Winds project. I believe there will be significant financial and economic benefits to the town and county, such as job creations, property value increases, and improvements to roads and surrounding infrastructure. This is an opportunity that cannot be overlooked. My family and I have been enjoying our property here for almost 30 years and plan to enjoy it for many more. We appreciate the importance of maintaining and preserving our slice of Fremont paradise. We've watched the installation of turbines to our north and to our south to our appreciation. We believe not only are they a form of clean, safe energy, but also an enhancement to the surrounding beauty of the landscape. We also feel that as landowners and taxpayers that we should be able to choose what we want to put on our land. And by the town attempting to change its wind energy laws and negating us from that, we believe that our right to do that is being infringed upon. Renewables are the future. Don't let Fremont become the Kodak of the southern tier. The benefits of this project far outweigh any assumed or potential risks, and that any minor acoustic or aesthetic disruptions would be a small sacrifice locally for the benefit globally. Therefore, for the reasons I've stated and many more, I respectfully ask you, the board, and you, the members and residents of Fremont, to reconsider your amendments to the wind energy law and allow this project to move forward for the benefit of the town, the county, the state, and this great planet we live on. Thank you very much.
And I?
Yeah, just to follow on to that, I think that we all need to understand that this is an agricultural area, and most of us moved here that are not farmers because of the quiet and the peace and the beauty of the land. And as landowners, nobody is entitled to put a non-commercial business on agriculture land. So I think the feeling of entitlement is completely off, and you have to think about your neighbors and the people that will not profit from this activity. That's my first comment. My second comment is, in reading the comments from the county, I'm completely lost. I don't understand what they're talking about. All other local wind laws in the area are that specify a requirement of 45 dB during any time of day. Does day include night, or what is their comment? Because all the way through they talk about the day, and then they think that the 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. is arbitrary. Well, don't most people sleep at night? I don't think it was arbitrary at all. And I just think that they say, as such, it would appear that the difference between 45 dB and 42 from a human perspective is irrelevant. Is it irrelevant, or does it appear irrelevant? You know, we don't know. We're general public. We don't need those kind of comments that don't give the facts to us to make a decision on. I believe that their response doesn't change anything for what we're asking for. I think we should leave the law the way it is.
Nick Ahern?
Hi, my name is Nick Ahern. I'm a business representative from the IBW Local 139 out of Elmira. I'm here today representing, speaking on behalf of the electricians that live in this community. And I'd just like to express our strong support for the project and the opportunities that it has to offer. Thank you.
Seth Wilmore?
I just want to, thank the board for, their time, effort, and dedication on this. I know we spent a number of months working on this. I know that can be a long process, so really appreciate your time on this. I think we reached, some common ground on most everything. As you mentioned at the last meeting, the sound in the currently proposed wind law is something that is a major problem to us and for the project. So in terms of that, we would ask you, to not support that part of the wind law as written and table that portion. As you know, there was a handout there that has what the current amendment is, and then, if there's some proposed change to two portions of that, spend some time, just like all the other portions of the law, working with the town, on this, and the proposed changes are something that, we as a company believe we can support and proceed with the development of the project on, and still make a project, that the entire community is proud of. So we would support proceeding forward, and making the changes as they were presented in the handout that was there. And we would, generally agree with what the county comments were. Thank you.
Carol Markle?
Michael. Carol Michael, I'm the Deputy Supervisor, Town of Wayland. We are one of the towns that will be, we hope, participating in this project. We also worked very long and hard on getting our law in place and finally agreed to the 45 dBA level on a 24-hour day schedule. We believe that it's the right thing to do. We are hopeful that Fremont will take a look at not only how the project will impact their town, but how it impacts the surrounding towns and come to a level that will support this project and allow it to go forward. And on a personal level, I just want to make a comment about noise. I don't know how many of you are familiar with 390 as it goes through Wayland and Perkinsville. Well, it happens to be in my back lawn. It's like from here to that door. If you look at the studies on noise from a 4-lane highway, a rural 4-lane highway, the average is 60 dBAs. I have been living with that since that road went in. It is a tolerable level. There are moments when the doubles go through, when my old house vibrates, but it's a momentary thing. So think about it. Come and sit in my backyard and listen to what the highway is at 60 dBAs, and I think you'll find that the 45 level is really quite tolerable. Thank you.
Dan and Kathy Boschman?
Hi, Dan Bashman, Condiment Road. I'm here in support of the wind tower project, and I hope that the board will take a look at the development. Other towns have lost development, such as Hartsville and the town of Italy, because of excessive laws. The state's already tough enough to do business in. Our farmers need all the help they can get. So I just ask the town board to make the tough choices that we voted you in for and help this town out all the way around. Thank you.
Kathy, did you want it?
No.
Bert Candy?
I just first wanted to say I appreciate all that the board's done to this point. It hasn't gone unrecognized. You appointed me to the Board of Ethics a couple months ago. I was called by a town resident last night and it was brought to my attention that in the general municipal law, Article 18, which is included in this code of ethics that you gave me, as far as what the town approved for the way we're to conduct ourselves. In Title 18 or Article 18 of the General Municipal Law, on page 2, it speaks in Section 801, conflicts of interest. You might want to read that because 3 of you have signed conflicts of interest, and that would only leave 2 members that do not have a conflict of interest in this, the windmills. And to vote on this could open us up to a lawsuit. I'm not saying I'm no lawyer, but reading it, it sounds like maybe this should be brought to a public vote. So if you vote on it tonight, it could be challenged. You might want to run this through a lawyer to look at. So if you've got that, it's page 2, conflicts of interest. on the Article 18 of the general municipal law. So you just might want to take that into consideration before you go ahead. Thank you.
Art Groff?
Mark Groff, landowner. I am for the turbines, and I think it'll help the infrastructure and community as far as the roads and everything else financially. That's all I have.
Now, we have about 10 minutes. Is there anyone else that has any more comments?
Can I comment again, or?
I have a question. Isn't it true when you're talking about the sound and the DBAs, and I used to live by I-95 in Connecticut, believe me, tires blowing every night, 18-wheelers. When you always say on the outside of the home, you're measuring the sound, but all the research I've done, I've heard that it's actually louder inside the home. Am I incorrect with all the research I'm... And I'm also still very concerned about the infrasound, the one we don't hear that affects us physically and affects animals and, you know, all that kind of stuff. That's another big concern of mine. And Hartsville is still fighting, by the way. Again, I like to see the gentleman from Cohocton. I have a quick question. I don't know whether you're pro or not, but the homes in Cohocton, are they still selling at the rate of the prices, the value of prior to? Okay, I just...
It didn't lower our assessments.
It didn't? Okay, that's what I wanted to, I was just curious. I'm glad you're here to share that, because to me, I wouldn't buy under one, so I'm just curious if it's changed. I know some people can't get rid of them in Cohocton anyway, so. All right, and there are other alternatives, you know, don't jump on the first one.
Anyone else?
I wanted to touch on what Bert Candy had brought up on that ethics. I understand what you guys were trying to do was keep things transparent and do the right thing, but you all voted on that ethics law with 3 of you having conflicts, so that to me is null and void. In regards to the county cannot supersede state law, the DEC. It's ambient plus 6 on the decibel level. Ambient is around 35 or 36, plus 6 is at 42 that you guys want to pass. You need to keep it there. So all these things that are going on right now, I'm going to reiterate, you really need to get a municipal environmental attorney, and you need to get him on board right away before we're getting sued on this stuff. So one more thing on that county. From what I've read, they opted out of the pilot program, so that's going to make the rules different. I don't know how they can rule on us when we're in the pilot program and they're out of it. Maybe the town should look into opting out of the pilot program. That would bring in more revenue, from the way I understand it works, into the town. Thank you.
Is that true? Tom, sorry. Is that true, Tom?
For what?
Did Cohocton opt out of the pilot program?
No, I didn't say Cohocton. The county did.
Okay.
Fremont should look into opting out. We'll be able to get more revenue on taxes from this pilot program. If you opt out, then they can be taxed for what they're supposed to be taxed for. That's probably the only reason that EverPower is here, because that pilot program. So these are all legal issues that need to be looked into.
If the county did opt out of the pilot, that would leave the school district and the town in it, which would just mean, by the way they figure it, more money to the town.
A lot more money for the town.
Yeah.
I did read somewhere where, maybe it was Whalen and Cohocton, I'll have to relook, that they did opt out. That was a couple years ago.
On the assessment program for the alternate energy, yes, as did the county.
How does that affect this?
It doesn't affect this. It doesn't affect this at all, because that is not the pilot program. That is a separate issue with our ability to determine the assessments on alternative energy installations.
Mm-hmm.
So they're 2 separate programs. We didn't opt out of pilot. We get paid pilot money, and we are entitled to pilot money. But it has to do more with the determination on how you assess